Hello everyone, Rissy Toothpick here, back again with more Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot, The London Case, and we stopped here at discovering some things about this painting. We were able to get through the prologue, and now we're on chapter 1. The contrast between the deep and vibrant red of her hair and softness of her lips gives a most feminine and tender appearance. As near perfect complexion as I have seen before. Her lustrous eyes focus their attention to something in the distance. And then we just need one more. Where are you? Let's go for cleavage. Oh, is it her hair? No, it's somewhere. I just saw it a little bit. Maybe her, no, not her nose either. Chin. I'll say, hopefully it's not her boobs. But no, I have no idea now. It's got to be something close here. Well, there's always one, Let me just kind of work it here. We're working it in. Is it one of her nostrils? One's bigger than the other, by the way. Who would have thought? Oh. I saw it. Hold on. A subtle and yet powerful halo circling Mary's head. Alright, we got it.
What do you gentlemen think of this particular piece?
Can it really be?
Oh, who is this?
To a layman, perhaps? I'm afraid it's a complete fake.
Oh. Now, is the, famous painting that we just saw going to be a fake?
No. Such eloquent and delicate work.
Very observant. But that doesn't make it authentic. You know, even Michelangelo himself was an art forger in his early career. See if you can spot the telltale sign of a forgery.
Huh.
Okay, so now we're looking for forgeries. My goodness, can I not say that word? The face of the young mademoiselle is unblemished. Okay, I was looking at her eye, but that's close enough. We were close.
Huh.
Craquelure on the dress? Oh. And then on the turban.
The craquelure is inconsistent across the painting. Surely a sign of a cheap imitation.
Very impressive, Detective.
That's right, I'm the best there ever was.
Unconvincing aging is one of the most common giveaways of a forgery, whether it be in the craquelure, the smells of chemicals used to artificially age the painting, pigments that haven't dulled with age.
Craquelure. That's a crazy word right there.
Sometimes it's as simple as the materials used just not existing at the time of painting. The trustees were quite excited by its arrival, but it didn't take me long to identify its faults.
Actually, talking about that, there are, some of the old paintings, they don't really know how they got the colors the way they got it back then in the day. And those are kind of some of the new, I don't want to say inventions, but that's kind of like the rediscovery, is them actually figuring out how they made the colors, the hues, the way they did back then.
Quite the detective yourself, Mademoiselle Warbeck.
Which is pretty cool, because you would think with time, everything would have advanced. We would have a better color. But in reality, they were able to get it closer to, nature, I guess to say. Which is wild.
Please, call me Evelyn.
But, it's... there was benefits, or there's strengths of the older paintings, and there's strengths of the newer paintings and whatnot.
If there's one thing I've learned in the short time I've spent with the detective here, formalities and politeness are essential.
They are a cornerstone of modern civilization and must be upheld.
This city could benefit from more gentlemen like yourself.
Now that the etiquette of our greetings has been decided, shall we finalize preparations?
I was hoping you'd say that. The exhibition area needs to be secured. I wonder if you would be able to lock the remaining doors for me? I'll lock the west wing door when I'm finished there.
I feel like she might die. Like, she's gonna go lock the west wing door, and she ain't gonna come back.
And if you could tie this ribbon around the handles of the main door for me, I'll leave it outside.
If securing the exhibition room is what Mademoiselle Warbeck requires, that is what shall be done.
Alrighty, let's lock this place up. What do we have here? We have the master key. Cool. We can't talk to him. And then, of course, now I gotta kind of like remember. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the restoration room.
Oh.
This door leads to the restoration room. Okay. We can't really use anything there, so let's just leave it be. I guess we can interact with the painting again.
Detective Poirot, have you ever seen something so beautiful?
Monsieur Hastings, everything has beauty. It is only how the individual perceives it that defines just how beautiful.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Oui, I am.
Mademoiselle Warbeck requested I prepare a ribbon over the main exhibition room door before the grand reveal. Once I have done that, the restoration room door shall be locked, and our work, for the moment at least, is complete.
Alrighty. So let's get all this taken care of. I must say, Poirot is always right. He's never wrong. I'm assuming this is the main door. Kind of weirded out that we're not able to, you know, do anything with it. Is there something on maybe the benches here? I don't really see anything. No, so we were probably supposed to interact with that and then come to the restoration room.
Aha.
Yep, and then let's use it. Master key.
Ah.
Perhaps the master key would be of some use. I believe there should be like a
Miss
ribbon.
Warbeck did ask you to make it look pretty.
One shall complete the task to the degree it is requested. Symmetry is the key, you see.
I was expecting it to be like a big ribbon, because it's kind of hidden by the door handles.
Oh yes, I see.
But what do I know?
Everything is now ready for the arrival of the guests.
I assume you have the list of guests?
I am afraid not. It would usually be an essential part of my preparation. In fact, it perturbs me that there is something I did not have time to prepare for.
Would you like me to find Miss Warbeck? There may still be some time to check the list. Look, there's Miss Farquhar with Miss Babinin.
Seems that they became fast friends after the incident on the ship.
And, you know, from the last episode, that is very suspicious.
Intriguing.
Intriguing how?
Speculation, monsieur. Nothing more.
That head of yours is just constantly full of thoughts. Who's this?
I have no idea, but she's sure to turn heads with such a fetching dress.
Her eyes look so aggressive. Like right there, they look like mean, like she's looking right into your soul.
I quite agree. And who is this dapper-looking gentleman?
Mon Dieu.
Wait a minute. Is that? Well, I never!
For y'all who don't know, this character is actually in the original game, The First Case, Zachariah. And I believe, I don't really recall, but he did have a little bit of a drinking problem back then. But he was actually, you know, he didn't have nothing to do with the main case. Like, he wasn't the bad guy. Or he wouldn't be here. Which is pretty cool.
Poirot, you devil! Forgive me. What are my manners? Detective Poirot.
Which is pretty cool. I do enjoy, you know, returning characters.
Goodness, Monsieur Demire. Poirot is more than adequate for an old friend.
He saves my family from near ruin, uncovers a murderous plan, and still has the modesty to not correct a buffoon like me.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Heavens, my manners appear to have been replaced by surprise and excitement. Forgive me. Monsieur Demire, this is Monsieur Arthur Hastings.
You've got yourself a partner now. Well, any friend of Poirot's is surely a friend of mine.
Monsieur Hastings has been kind enough to show me the sights of London. A more than adequate guide.
I would take that. It's as often as a blue moon you see Poirot handing out approvals like that.
And what is it you do, Mr. Demire?
A previous field medic, Monsieur Demire now finds himself working for... with his brother, doing most honorable charitable work all across London.
And that's actually a little bit surprising, but actually great, because this guy and his brother had a little bit of a falling out because they came from two different kind of experiences in the world. So for them to actually mend their ways and kind of work together is great.
Need I say more?
Could everyone gather together for a photograph, please? Would you all move a bit closer together for me, please?
Man, look at that camera. Old school.
I didn't realize we were going to be in the newspaper.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I just want the camera to get my best side.
Okay, if everyone is ready.
And find it suspicious that the one girl that we're suspicious of is a little worried about the camera. So she might be wanted or might be running from somebody.
So, Poirot, what on earth are you doing here anyway?
My orders were to see to the safe travel of the centerpiece of the exhibition, the penitent Magdalene. Monsieur Hastings here travels with me, covering any administrations and insurance requirements.
Art protection? That's a bit beneath the great Hercule Poirot, isn't it? Especially protecting it from this lot.
Perhaps you would be so kind as to introduce us.
Ah, where's the fun in that? We have to make sure those... What's it you call them again?
You are referring to my little grays?
Little grey cells, yes. Ha, that's it.
Gotta use your brain.
I've been playing a little game. I've been trying to find a painting to match each of the guests. At least the ones I'm acquainted with.
Could actually be useful later on, because if we can figure out what the paintings mean, we'll actually know what each character, they're like, how they act, how their mannerism is. We can figure all that out.
I wondered, Poirot, do you think you can ascertain which paintings match which guests? Ah, I can give you a little info, but you'll need to make your own inquiries.
Alrighty, so now we need to figure out everything about everyone. So let's talk about the woman in the gold dress.
Miss Irene Courtsmith. She's one you'll want to keep your eye on in the future art scene. Born and raised on a rather affluent estate, she turned her back on her parents in her teens to start a new life in London as an artist.
And then Mademoiselle.
She's a very nice young lady.
Ah, really? Interested, are we?
I was only making a comment on her nature, nothing untoward, I can assure you.
Yeah, this author guy, he's a dog. He's after the latest. The bishop.
Or as we are all meant to refer to him as, The Honorable Reverend Horace Mountjoy.
Horace Mountjoy.
He's a man of the church. I'm not sure what else there is to say. If you're wanting to keep the lectures to a minimum, I'd avoid admitting to anything that could even be considered a sin.
And then the refined-looking gentleman.
Mortimer Aylesworth. If you've not heard of him, I'd get familiar with the name. Eton and Cambridge educated, he followed in his father's political footsteps and has already surpassed them.
So, successful diplomat. And then finally, the couple.
Johann Christiansen and his glamorous wife Betty Allen.
Betty Allen, the actress.
The very same. They've been here in London for a few years, although she still plays down her boldness for British society, even with her recently taking a new role in the theatre.
She did not take his name in marriage?
Allen is her maiden name. Works as her stage name too. A lot snappier than Christiansen.
And his employment?
He's a partner for a private bank in London. He has told me what he actually does many times before, and many times I've forgotten.
Interesting.
You will no doubt already know our host, Evelyn Warbeck.
We have already made her acquaintance. Very pleasant, if not rather flustered by today's exhibition.
That's everyone. Well, there's Mr. Hastings here. I'm sure we shall get to know each other better. And our mystery woman.
Anastasia Babanin. We met briefly while traversing the channel.
Look at you, Poirot. Got a love interest of your own, huh?
Monsieur Demire, must I remind you of why I am here?
No. No need at all. I know you're strictly business. Let's see what you can do then. And come back to me when you know enough about the guests to solve my little mystery.
Alrighty. So, we need to go talk to all the guests and kind of get their information.
Everything seems to be running smoothly. You've done a sterling job.
Everything except for the bishop and the other trustees' stooges.
It was never going to be easy going up against them. All men of a certain age, not used to the idea of change. But they didn't get their way this time. And with my exhibit coming up, this place will finally have a showing they can be proud of, and the quality the museum deserves.
And I don't know what the time period is, so there's could still be a little bit of issues between women and men when it comes to, like, you know, the jobs and all that. That might be where this conversation's coming from.
Mademoiselle Court Smythe believes her upcoming exhibition will change the perspective of the trustees and the public. I get the feeling she enjoys the accolades and being the center of attention.
Detective Poirot, you're looking much happier being on solid land.
There was a moment when I thought that wretched sea would get the best of me.
Well, I'm certainly glad it didn't.
As am I. Please, do not allow me to disturb you, mesdames. Adieu.
And it's important to note that these two should be talking to each other because they're in the art world. But this is a mystery person, so why is she so close or trying to be so close to them? So what is that, like Joan of Arc, a true underdog who led her country's predominantly male military? Let's go in here because there's, well, no. So nothing new has really changed here. But what we can do, go over here. Betty Allen is an American singer and actress, a household name, the wife of Johann Christensen. She is beginning to realize that she is in a tumultuous marriage with the Norwegian banker. And then reporter at London. Yeah, we already looked at her stuff. Irene Courtsmith. Irene Courtsmith is an artist that takes her career very seriously. She considers herself and her work to be important to the future of art and what will bring the museum into the 20th century. Horace Mountjoy, a Catholic bishop of the Archdiocese of Southwark and trustee of the museum. His sharp and often direct manner of speaking can put those on the receiving end on edge, but his dedication to the church and God is obvious. A righteous shepherd to his flock. Then we got Johan, a Norwegian expatriate. I don't know what that word is really. Has made a name for himself as a partner of a private bank in the city of London. Good looking, but perhaps relying on his charm too much, he has found himself in the role due to privilege. So it runs in the family. And that looks to be everyone there. Oh, so we now know that Anastasia comes from a wealthy family. The author guy is smitten with Florence and is extremely friendly. And then we know that Mark was a scapegoat. Alrighty. So we done all that. Don't think there's no reason for us to go over there.
Beautiful, isn't it? Not like the modern tripe Miss Warbeck insists on bringing into the museum. Oh, the Lord will not look fondly upon her choices.
Man, throwing the Lord in there, huh?
I would hope one's choice of art would not affect one's chances for a better afterlife.
Let's hope not, for her sake.
Yeah, it's either his way or the highway, and I guess if you're not going his way, God isn't happy. Clearly, the subject has an unreasonable high sense of their own self-importance. Interesting. Let's change our thing here. I should leave them to it. Yeah, he's trying to sway her. Yeah, let's talk to Mortimer Aylesworth.
Incredible, isn't it? And to think we are all located on that one small planet, revolving around an all-encompassing star.
Oh, is Pluto in here?
To think of all the suffering. I give what I can to charity, but what this country needs is someone willing to put the poor first.
Interesting. There's this one like super far out there. A mechanical model of our solar system, with the planets all revolving around the sun at the center. Pretty cool. Okay, nothing there.
I'm well aware of where we are. I just want to make sure I'm looking my best for the photographs.
And people call me the drama queen.
So yeah, so now we're kind of seeing the issues with their marriage. The Good Samaritan. A beautiful painting of the parable of the Good Samaritan who showed mercy to an unknown traveler who had been stripped and beaten. A busy little insect toiling for the good of the hive. It looks like I can access more paintings in the northwest corner of the room, left of the staircase if I'm not mistaken. So I'm guessing on the other side where we came from, there's some more paintings we're missing here. The Wild Horse.
Oh.
A wild horse being restrained by a British soldier. A rather Old Testament depiction of the Day of Judgment.
It is a great pleasure to see you again, mademoiselle.
I've been looking forward to us bumping into one another. Thank you again for your help.
I must admit, I feel almost tormented that I was not able to uncover the identity of the thief.
All that matters is that it was found. If you'll excuse me, I really should get on. This article isn't going to write itself. I moan, but it's my love. My obsession, you could say.
She could be the worker bee.
How dare you? That might be something you say where you're from, but not here. Not to me.
What a waste of champagne.
I thought this was supposed to be a civilized event.
Are you all right, mademoiselle? I hope you did not spill any champagne on your gown.
Don't worry about me. It's only that wretched man that has got some cleaning up to do.
His suit and his mouth, by the sounds of it.
Looks like even though he's married, he's still trying to pick up the ladies.
Do not allow this to ruin your day.
I have no intention of allowing such a thing. In fact, we have business to discuss.
It's either that or he's very vulgar. One or the other.
It would be good to at least schedule a time that suits us both.
Monsieur Christiansen and Madame Hélène have returned.
You are to be the focus of Mademoiselle Farquhar's article.
Miss Court Smythe here is the next big name, and she has been kind enough to offer me an exclusive interview.
Madame Hélène has left via the exit, but Monsieur Christiansen has not gone with her.
Very interesting.
Do not allow me to interrupt your work.
Ah, you've had more than enough time, Detective. So, how did you get on?
If one is to discover the truth, one must proceed using the correct methods and cannot be rushed.
So I guess we'll start with the first one. I believe I know the pain you have matched with Monsieur Christensen. So, a wild horse being restrained by a British soldier. A depiction of a man who fell in love with his own reflection. I want to say he's probably the... Oh. I did not mean to do that. But I want to say he's probably... the narcissist.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Okay, so why is he like that? Even while standing in a museum with such beauty, his focus was on himself.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
Yeah, he's kind of, you know, toxic a little bit. Let's go with Warbeck. So Warbeck, ooh. She might be the worker bee, actually. She might be the Joanne of Arc, too. This one's actually tough. Let's go with the worker bee first. Nope. So she's not the worker bee. I don't think she's the Good Samaritan. Yep, we figured that one out because she's trying to do something that kind of goes against what the men think.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Her position includes the day-to-day running of the museum as well as being involved with the restoration of many pieces. She finds herself up against the male-dominated board of trustees. It should be that one.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
Now we need Alan. She's the star. So she might be... I don't think she's the good. She might be the wild horse. She comes from America. She's that actor. Apparently, she's very out there. And since she's married to some, you know, big shot, she has to be more refined, I guess to say, even though the big shot isn't that good.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Let's see if we can connect the dots here. Yeah, right here.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised.
She tries to be more proper than she is.
Anyone else?
We're slowly getting them all, don't worry. Okay, now she's the sweet one. She might be the Good Samaritan. Nope. Interesting. So if she's not the Good Samaritan, she can't be these. She might be the worker bee.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
We're starting to get to that time where we can kind of close it off. If she's a worker bee, she has to be hardworking. So let's see if this one works.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
How many left? We got like 2? Oh, 3. Alrighty. Now this is the hardest one because we really... But you know what? He was worried about the poor. So maybe he's the Good Samaritan.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
And let's see if we can figure out... Yep, passionate about charity work.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
This is actually going a lot smoother than I thought. Now the bishop, little rough, very religious. He might be Judgment Day just because of his religious background.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
He does judge people harshly. Let's go with that one first.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. Anyone else?
Alrighty, and then the last one. Court Smith, she is, what would she be? So we've done that one. We've done all of these. The last one is the mechanical orrery.
Why might they be like this particular piece?
Now that's the question. And then she might want to be the sun. That might be her big thing.
That's right. Although I shouldn't be surprised. That's everyone. Well done. I should have known it'd be no challenge for you.
It was relatively easy.
I have faced many a more demanding challenge, but few quite so enjoyable.
Hi, is he okay? I think something's wrong with him.
Poisoned.
I think he's having a heart attack.
Damn, everyone's so calm about it.
He seems stable. Now's the time to get him to the infirmary.
Oh, there's no need for that. I'm feeling much better already.
Damn, you just gonna brush him off?
Wouldn't it be best to telephone for a real doctor?
Monsieur Demire was a field medic. What more of a professional is required?
A field medic? Really?
A field medic that has seen people in a lot worse states, who didn't have the luxury of a proper hospital.
That's right, you tell him something.
Oh, I didn't mean to offend. I'm sorry. If I am being carted off, the unveiling must go on. I will not have this silly old man ruining the gala for everyone.
You drive a hard bargain, Monsieur Aylesworth.
He's a nice guy, though.
I'd just like to say a few words.
I'm sure you would.
Thank you all for coming. Here at the Royal Edward Gallery, we are proud to present such wonderful works by some truly fantastic artists. And with much negotiation and pleading, we have been able to secure a most fabulous and individual piece. Standing here with you, unveiling today's centerpiece, the Penitent Magdalene, really is a special moment for both this museum and me personally. So, without further ado,
Let's see what happens here. I'm guessing the painting's gone.
Oh my.
Am I missing something here?
Things just got interesting.
It was. It should be.
Is this some kind of joke? Evelyn, what's going on here? Oh, trust you to have no idea. You've really done it this time, girl.
She's done nothing. It's not her fault.
By the grace of God, it's somebody's fault.
I am quite sure Mademoiselle Warbeck is as surprised as us all. S'il vous plaît, everyone. Remain where you are. Please do not touch a thing. Monsieur Hastings, you saw me lock the door to the restoration room, oui?
Of course, I was by your side. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble for this.
You are not responsible for the painting's disappearance.
But who is?
Do not allow any of the guests to leave the main hall.
And what are you going to do?
What is required? One's job.
There we go. Chapter 2.
So, I don't really know what to say.
Monsieur Hastings, this theft may be a new and foreign concept to you. But to Detective Poirot, it is just another case waiting to be solved.
What do we do then?
We must get to work. If we can ascertain the thief's point of entry and exit, this may all be resolved momentarily.
Alrighty, what is chapter 2? The missing Magdalene. New mind map unlocked. I should investigate the exhibition space and determine possible points of entry where the gala is to take place. Alrighty, so we're going to stop there today. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the links below, and next time we'll try to figure out what happened here.